Hello. I'm not sure if I'm able to be heard right now. Okay. I just stopped by real quick to do just a quick live on um it's really a little more than bullying what my title is. But it is centered around bullying. Basically to explain, give explanation. I guess if people really knew what a bully was, they would understand the bullying. And the bullying that's happening. Hey, Narc. I'm having a little technical difficulties. I hope you can hear me. Tell me if you can hear me because I have my avatar supposed to be on the screen, but I don't see it. So, but anyway, I hear a lot of people are not understanding about this bullying, the intensity of it, why people continue to cry victim when they're clearly bothering people. And the science of it is just not understood as far as the fact that these people are doing exactly what they want to do and they know they're doing it. It's tied in with misery loves company, jealousy, envy, hate. Hateful people live in this world, and social media has allowed hateful people to hide behind keyboards and wreak havoc in people's lives. And this is why we're seeing so much bullying over social media. It's not much, the spirit of the person is not right. And they get happiness from it. The same thing when I talk about a narcissist, how happiness dwells in havoc, chaos, misery, or causing all of this in other people's lives. Chaos, misery. It makes this person actually feel happy. It's actually giving this person supply what I talked about as far as as far as them needing to have certain things to function in life. The same way, like I said, a song might make us happy. Our children may make us happy. Doing our nails may make us happy. These people get happiness out of torturing people because they are spiritually tortured and vexed on the inside. It probably will never stop because these people are forever miserable. The only thing they desire to do is to cause problems. They love it. It's hard for people with a normal thinking mind to understand, why would a person like drama? Why would a person like chaos? Why would a person like destruction? But you also have to understand that it's not only a person, it's the spirit behind that person that's also causing all of this stuff. That's right. Tearing down somebody brings them gratification, which is sick. And that's the truth. It all ties back in with the narcissism. Some of these people are dark triad people. We talked about that earlier. People who are narcissistic, they have Machiavellianism, and they actually have psychopathy. They're kind of on the crazy side. Um, they're happy with problems. I mean, when you come across a person, you come into a room and it's quiet and peaceful, and this person just starts something from nowhere. That's one of these people. That's one of these people who actually seek what they can do to you to destroy your day or to attempt to destroy your day. Um, it's more than being a bully. It's a person with a mental sickness. They desire to just do exactly what they're doing, make you wake up and see something or hear something to take you off into a place of just misery, to switch that happy button off and turn it into anger, turning it into the way they feel. That's what it's about. I'm sorry for pausing. I'm just gonna drop my link. I don't know. There's another live on right now, but I decided to go ahead and go live. People can catch the replay. Um, if you even look up the definition of bullying, um, bullying is the use of force, coercion, hurtful teasing, or threat to abuse, aggressively dominate, or intimidate. The behavior is often repeated and habitual. One essential prerequisite is a perception by the bully or others of an imbalance of physical or social power. This imbalance distinguishes bullying from conflict. Bullying is a subcategory of aggressive behavior characterized by hostile intent, imbalance of power, and repetition over a period of time. These people are, to break that down a little bit, these people are 100% miserable. 9 times out of 10, they were bullied. If they weren't bullied, they woke up in the mirror, looked at themselves, and they just were never happy with themselves. Just never, ever happy. And so if they see somebody that's beautiful, if they see somebody who's having some sort of progress in their life, they're going to figure out how they can tear it down. I mean, by any means necessary. It's like a job for them. The job is to wake up every day to figure out how. I mean, how can they make you feel the way they feel? Because I'm miserable, I want you miserable. How dare you wake up and be beautiful? How dare you wake up and have no physical ailments? How dare you have a wonderful family? These people's hatred is so blinded, not even understanding that everybody has problems. Nothing is perfect in anybody's life. But because you're so miserable, it's what you do to other people. Social media is a breeding ground of people like that. Yes, it is. And it's because they can stay behind the keyboards. They can remain hidden. They can do it from a distance. Because a lot of these things these bullies do, they would not do it in person. Um, Number one, a bully is a coward. That's why they bully. And that's just this is my perspective. This is nothing scientific I'm reading. The only thing I read was the definition of a bully and what we know what a bully is and where it may come from. Just to get people to understand that these people are hateful, meaning that they're full of hate. They are full of hate. So when they wake up in the morning, I mean, I don't care how beautiful the day is. I don't care if they hear children laughing and playing around them. They are hating themselves and their life, and there is a demonic spirit on board. So they look for what they can destroy. It's just like the devil. The Bible says the devil will be roaming around on this earth seeking whom he may devour. And that's all they're doing. They're hopping from place to place, just figuring out who they can bother. Really? Hey, Diva, thank you for joining. This is just a pop-up. But these people are, I got to get back on my train of thought because I had something coming. Give me 1 second. Um, these people, well, I already told you that they're hateful, that they're looking for who they can destroy. And destruction is their main thing. They really want to see if they can pull a person out of their character. They want to see if they can control your emotions. Because if they can control your emotions, it gives them power. It is that supply. The supply. If they can control how you're feeling, or if they feel like they changed your whole day, whether it's good or bad, it gives them a sense of power. And therefore, um, it's continuous because it's like food for them. The supply, the power is food. So they figure out if they can find one target, they will work on that target and work on that target and work on that target and work on that target. I mean, never ending. As long as they see they have the ability to change your character or pull the worst out of you, which is controlling your emotions. I went through that with my narc. I mean, and the only thing that made me realize it is because one day he stood in front of my face and told me, I didn't pay attention to it at the time, but he said to me one day, he said, if you let me right now control your emotions, that means I got control over you. And I said, no, you don't. The devil is like, you don't have control over me. And it just made me try to figure out how, even if he did anger me, to try to figure out how I could, hide it. And I let him know, you just made me mad as fire right now. Because it made him feel good. I realized everything he was doing to me made me feel good. And yes, he was very aware of what he was doing. He knew he was being evil. He knew he was trying to destroy me. He knew he was picking. He knew everything he was doing. Yet, when you ask him about it, he would flip it and say, well, you did so and so and so. I wouldn't have done this if you didn't do this, making himself a victim. It's the specialty to turn what they're doing to flip it, blame shift, make it your fault. You caused it. You did it. I remember he would treat me like dirt, like I was on the dirt, walking on the ground. The dirt that you walk on top of, he would make me feel that low. And I distinctly remember him saying things to me like, you did it to yourself. What? I did this to myself. I made you decide to wake up in the morning and be hateful towards me. I did that. Blame shifting. It gives these people power to see you in a low position. That is what this thing is all about. That's what all of this stuff that's going on is. A miserable person hitting a button in us to try to change our emotions, basically to control us, because it gives them a happy feeling, a feeling of control. It's very satisfying to them. It is very diabolical, narc. Very. It's calculated. It's literally a game board. It is like a chessboard. It's like they have one sitting right in front of you, and every one of those pieces can represent a person. And they take that piece and they already decided where they're going to move it. Sometimes they're 3 steps ahead of you in one move. They know, okay, if I move here, they're gonna do this. So then I'm gonna move here, they're gonna do this, I'm gonna move here, they're gonna do this. They already 3, 4 steps ahead of you. The goal is to maintain control, to beat us down, and to make us feel like we are nothing. To control our emotions. It gives them a feeling of authority, power, and it makes, as sick as it sounds, it makes them happy. They sit in and they say, okay, well, I got her. I got him. I got him. I got them. They ain't gonna budge, they ain't gonna move, and they figure out what can they do next to make sure they keep that control. It'll go on as long as the victim allows it to go on. But they're going to constantly figure out how they can flip it to make it seem like the person that they have targeted, that they have decided to try to destroy, they're going to constantly try to make that person appear like they are the aggressor. They are the ones that's causing the problem. They are the ones who is the issue. I went through it for 10 years. 10. So I'm not talking about something that I don't have any awareness, knowledge, or understanding about. Um, And it goes deeper, and I probably could get into a little more if I had a little more feedback. But this can be just an educational um, live, just to kind of get you to understand that it's more than just a person being a bully. That these people are seeking to control emotions, which gives them a sense of power. They feel like if they can control your emotions, they have the power. You've given them power just by them seeing that they have literally changed you keep coming back to them. Stonewalling is a good thing to do. I learned how to stonewall, meaning that basically ignore. Or if you start saying something to me and I know you're trying to pull me out your character, I just start ignoring you, or I change the subject, or I say something and it flips back on you, so that you realize you cannot change me, you cannot control how I feel. um I just learned how to change the situation for my good. I learned how to turn on to the silent treatment, because silence, it kills them, it eats them up, because they feel like they've lost control and power when you get quiet. Because guess what? If you're quiet, they don't know what your emotion is. And they pay attention to your emotion also through words. They look at what you write down, they listen to what you say. Um, this is why bullies or these narcissistic, diabolical people, this is why they constantly eavesdrop, or they want to see what's happening or hear what's happening everywhere, because they want to see how much control do I have over this person. They want to know. This is why certain things I don't write on my social media, because I don't want the guy I was with to see what I'm writing, because I don't want him to think, oh, well, she's still thinking about me. Oh, she talking about still being free from me. That means I still got control of her. I'm still in her head. Or, hey, let me see if I can hoover over her, get back in contact with her, which is why I believe his aunt wanted to become my friend on Facebook. I mean, these people, we walk around, when we don't have these type of minds, we walk around with just a clear mind, no motives, no nothing. We just go through our day like a normal day. No, these people have thought every day through. What can I do today? First of all, they go to bed angry. They go to bed angry. When they're angry, they're trying to figure out, well, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. They plan it out. They seeking and they're seeking and they're seeking to figure out what can they do to you, or how can they react to what they see about you, if they heard about you. What can they do to make you react? That's reactive abuse. Let me do this so they will react. And then as soon as you react, you cause the problem. Not understanding that you, the person, reacted to what they did. So it's diabolical. It's a circle. It goes on and it's an ever evolving circle. It's infinity as long as we allow it. It's that, and the only way it stops is if we stop. I learned it from what I did. That's the only way it stops. We go no contact and we cut off all excess. That is the only way it stops. So I just wanted to come out here and throw out that little bit of word there to try to shed some light on this thing. Um, I mean, it doesn't feel good. Shoot, I know. I still sometimes think about some of the things that were said about me, and I think about some of the things that were done to me. Um, and it still makes me angry. But when I realized the person I was dealing with wasn't a person with a normal mind and was probably under some type of demonic control, hey, I did good to get away from it. I did good to keep the mind that I have. And the bad thing about it is that people like us who are pure in heart and who are empathetic and who try to help people, it's almost like we have it's like some type of sign on us, like they have a radar and they just beam straight to us because they figure they can do what they want to do us and get some kind of happiness and satisfaction out of trying to wreak havoc in our lives. I mean, I'm thankful that I learned what I learned. I'm not happy that I went through it, but it taught me a lot. It taught me how to deal with certain people. Hey Maritza, how you doing? I just came on just to do a quick live. I'm just sporadic. Nothing planned. And yes, it is backwards psychology and art. It's extremely backwards. And you went through for 10 years too. That must be a magic number. I know a lot of people who went through for 10. It's almost like I hear a lot of people say 5, 10, like every 5 years, 5 to 15, 5, 10, 15, 20. I hear people call those years out a lot. Um, hmm, in 5-year increments. So I don't know if that means anything. But we will come back and talk a little more so we can try to figure out or understand um what we're dealing with and how to navigate through and just totally just turn it off. If you It's like my girl Maritza say. She always say, Lord, let me remember it. She always say silence is golden. And she's correct. Um, she's absolutely correct. Um, because when you're silent, like I said earlier, these people have no idea what's happening, no inkling, no clue. And silence is not only verbal, it's also written uh, through video. I mean, these people cannot know. I mean, you just got to be careful what you do because these people are hawking. They're looking. If they don't look, they have their flying monkeys or their minions out looking. Because they're trying to figure out how they can continue to control your emotions, how to continue to break you down. It's a job for them. It makes them happy. So they continue to do it because it brings a miserable person happiness. They couldn't control their life. They couldn't control what they looked like. They couldn't control how their marriage turned out. They couldn't control what their children did. They couldn't control how their job worked out. They couldn't control where they lived. They couldn't control their finances. So they want to try to control something. So what best to do than to look at somebody that you feel like is out here making it, doing something in life What better to do than to try to tear them down so you can feel better? That's what the science is behind it. Let me tear this person down because I don't like it. I'm jealous. It didn't happen for me. I wasn't born with natural beauty. I mean, it can be the smallest thing. I don't like the fact that my nails don't naturally look this way. Small things, because this person is miserable. I mean, it is what it is. It's sad, but it is what it is. Let me say, I hate bullies. When I was young, they tried, and my mom came out and made me whip tail. Ever since then, they stay away. Reasons why I go off the way I do when people try me, but I have a little control today. I'm allowed two outbursts, 2 outbursts per year. Yeah, I mean, boy, I tell you, I wish I could just sometimes lay out the levels of what this stuff consists of. I hope I give good description when I do um talk about it, because if you could get into the mind of a bully, of somebody who is just full of hate because they do not like themselves. They don't like themselves. I don't know what it feels like, because nobody likes everything going on in their life. But I cannot wake up in the morning and just hate myself. I don't have a hatred in me so, full of hate that I just want to hurt somebody, make somebody cry so I can feel good, you know, or make somebody feel so low to make me feel like I'm something. That's what these people are. They're hateful, full of hate. And their desire is to feel some sort of power, some sort of, goodness, of happy feeling. And happiness is to destroy for them. It's just like the devil. It's to want to destroy people. And the way you get rid of those folks is you get quiet on them. You leave them alone. Let them try to figure out what's happening in your life. Because I know that man I was with is struggling, trying to figure out what's happening with me. I don't post on social media. If I do, it's nothing personal concerning me. When I get in my feelings, I don't post stuff. I don't know who he has trying to watch and figure out what's going on in my life, because, as I said, to these people, they still feel like they have a place in your life. And I'm gone, I'm out. So you'll never know what's going on in my life if I can help it. This is why I promote to love all of you, no matter the imperfections. It's right. That's Maritza, you have some good stuff over there you can talk about. It's right in line um with a lot of what you need to do dealing with these toxic people out here. I mean, instead of using technical terms that I use, you talk to people on a relatable level, but it's saying the same thing. It's giving the same advice. So it is what it is. So we talked a little bit about bullying today, and we're probably gonna go a little further into it. And we're gonna go into a little more topics. I think I'm gonna start coming out a little more and explaining a little more, to give people a little more understanding, um, psychological. Even though I'm not a psychiatrist, I told people that before. I'm not a counselor. I'm none of that. I'm just talking from my personal experience and from a little studying. So I'm gonna get ready to get off here. I thank all of y'all for joining, and I thank everybody who will listen to the replay. You all have a wonderful, good rest of your day. And we'll get back together when we get back together. All right. Y'all have a good one.